We spend so much time talking about what's going wrong with technology, but this time we're flipping the script. Today is all about the solutions. We're going to meet the people who are actually on the front lines, building a safer future for AI and mental health. Three champions, one incredible movement.
I love this quote because it hits home, right? Every single day, it feels like we're bombarded with bad news about tech. It's so easy to get cynical. But what this quote reminds us is that behind all that noise, there are people quietly fixing things. That's the story we're telling today.
And what's so interesting is that a movement is forming. But don't picture some big organization with a fancy office. Nope. This is something different. It's the scattered, almost accidental group of people who are all somehow pushing in the exact same direction. And that direction? Safe, responsible AI and mental health.
Okay, so let's meet our first champion. She's coming at this from the world of policy. She's the one writing the rules, building the guardrails that are going to shape this tech for all of us.
So this is Oregon State Senator Lisa Reynolds. And what makes her story so powerful is this combination you see here. On one hand, she was a pediatrician. She literally saw day in and day out how kids and parents were struggling with technology. And then she took that firsthand knowledge, that real-world experience, and brought it straight into her role as a lawmaker. So you might be wondering, how on earth did she actually get this done? I mean, so many of these tech safety bills just fizzle out. Well, she did it with incredibly smart politics. She didn't just write a bill and start a fight. Instead, she built a team. She brought everyone to the table, psychiatrists, the state suicide hotline, even the tech industry, and she listened. She addressed their concerns early, so there wasn't a huge political battle later. And the result of all that work? Well, look at this. In the Oregon State Senate, the bill passed 26-1. I mean, that is a huge margin. But believe it or not, that's not even the craziest part. Because in the State House, it was 52-0, a unanimous vote for a tech safety bill. That just doesn't happen. It's just this incredible proof that if you do the groundwork and build that coalition, you can get past all the usual political drama and actually make a real difference. Okay, so what does this law actually do? It's really smart because it's so focused. Basically, it says if you operate an AI chatbot in Oregon, you have to have a plan for when a user is in crisis. You have to be able to detect when someone might be suicidal, you have to get them to real-world help, and you have to report on how often it's happening. It's a simple, common sense, and frankly, life-saving standard. All right, so from the legislator writing the rules, let's move to the innovator building the tools. Our second champion is a technologist who, when things got tough, made a choice that was, well, pretty radical and pretty amazing for the entire field. This is Grace Chang, and her company, Kintsugi, built something genuinely groundbreaking. They created an AI that could detect signs of depression and anxiety from just 20 seconds of your voice. And get this, it wasn't listening to what you said, but how you said it. Things like your pitch, your rhythm, the pauses you take, just incredible stuff. And you want to know how well it worked? Just look at this chart. In one study, a standard old-school questionnaire only caught about 3% of people who might have depression. Kintsugi's AI, it found signs in 33% of the same group. That's a 10 times better result. Think about all the people represented in that gap, all the people falling through the cracks who this technology could actually help. So the Kintsugi journey was a wild ride. They raised $30 million, they spent 4 years and $16 million just navigating the super tough FDA process. I mean, they were doing everything right. But then the market turned, funding dried up, and Grace Chang had to make an impossible choice. What she did next was just, wow. Instead of just letting the company fade away or selling off the tech to some giant corporation where it would probably just get buried, she gave it all away. For free. She open-sourced everything. The AI models, all the research, even their playbook for getting through the FDA. So now anybody in the world can use it, learn from it, and build on top of it. She turned $30 million of investment into a gift for the entire mental health community. Okay, so we've got the legislator writing the rules, the innovator sharing the tools, and now for our final champion. He's the clinician who kind of bridges that gap, the one who is setting the standards for what good even looks like in the first place. This is Dr. John Toros, and his superpower really is that he lives in two worlds at once. One day he's testifying as an expert before the U.S. Congress, talking high-level policy. The next, he's on the ground, a practicing psychiatrist, working with people in serious crisis. He gets the big picture and the up-close human reality. That's incredibly rare. And his influence is just everywhere. He's the director of digital psychiatry at a Harvard teaching hospital. He created a major open-source health platform. He's the editor-in-chief of a top journal. Oh, and you know the official framework that the American Psychiatric Association gives to doctors to evaluate all this new tech? Yeah, he wrote that. So he's literally setting the standard for the entire profession.
And this right here is his core belief, and it totally flips the usual Silicon Valley argument on its head. You always hear that rules and standards kill innovation, right? Well, Dr. Torres says, no way. The absence of standards is what's anti-innovation, because without them, it's just a free-for-all where the company with the best marketing wins, not the best product. Clear standards, he says, actually help the good stuff rise to the top.
So let's step back for a second. We've just met three very different people, right? A legislator, an innovator, a clinician. But the amazing thing is they're not really working alone. They're all part of the same story, the same mission.
You've got the lawmaker, the tech founder, and the doctor. Their jobs look nothing alike. And yet, if you look at what drives them, they're all working from the exact same playbook. They have a shared philosophy about how this should be done. And these are the principles that tie it all together. It's a simple 4-part playbook. Number 1, build it safe from the very beginning. 2, always keep the human therapist in the room, in the loop. 3, don't hide your data, publish the evidence. And 4, write down the rules. Turn what works into a clear standard for everyone. That, right there, is the blueprint. So a legislator, an innovator, and a clinician, they show us what being a champion in this space really looks like. They prove that one dedicated person, coming from their own unique angle, can make a massive difference. And you get the feeling this is all just getting started, which really leaves us with just one big question. Who's going to be next?